Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you are in the cosmos. AJ Dodgestar, Intergalactic Mercenary at Phil's 7. And wearing a little different outfit today. I wonder what show this outfit is from. Not the same color as Suletta's? Or is it? Not the holder one. Yeah! Today we're going to build the Figure-Rise Standard Suletta Mercury. And I thought I'd actually wear my Asticassia uniform that I made a little while ago in Vroid. And never used it until now. So I have noticed is if I zoom out, it's kind of dull. Having it zoomed all the way in looks nicer, I think. Does have, because it's a different outfit, I can't tell if this how far I'm normally zoomed in. Well, whatever. We have the outfit, and we have a Figure-Rise kit. Were you expecting Ariel? After doing the Lefrith and the bigger view, you'd expect me to be Ariel next. No, we're going to do Suletta. Then we're going to do the Ariel. Then we'll do Lanza, then Marini. Just want to kind of break it up a little bit. Having the Figure-Rise kits in between a couple of the mechs. Also, I've been looking at like the sticker stuff. You got your standard stickers. Then you got these, which I believe are eventually dry transfers, kind of. But like a little more complicated than that. They're definitely like transfers according to this page here. Of some kind. They're like stickers, but you can get rid of the film around it. And of course they have raised detail as well. Which is, when we get to that, we'll figure it out. But until then, also other faces. There is one face that's pre-printed, which is nice. Like, oh my god. Oh, it's a disembodied face. The other ones are just like the main material without that. Actually, yeah, the war slides are in that same bag. They're there. I might do the other faces as well. This will be my first time building one of these. Which will be interesting. Something new. Alright, looks like we're starting right with the head. Oh. There's no barking or something. I'm going to fold that page in there. Out of the way. There we go. And of course, get the... What the hell is she barking at? There's opening the door. Right, I think the runners here. Oh, are these the face runner? I'm like, where's the D runner? A, C, and D. Yes. Okay. Looks like we start with the face itself. Okay, where did me somewhere. There. And I could just use the scalpel and cut open that way. Why I want to have scissors close by? It's easier, I think. Put that plastic on one side so I can recycle it later. I still need to find a place to find a way to recycle this stuff in the UK. Obviously, in Japan, you can recycle your runners very easily. I say easily. Have I figured where you're at? But definitely around Tokyo. Definitely have a lot of places to recycle it. Into more model kits, which is even better. Suletta's face. I feel like when it comes to the skin parts, I do not want a nub at all. I feel like that would look really bad. Super noticeable. The face is free. The disembodied face. And luckily these gates are right on the ears. So I think that's somewhat simple. Very crossover. Why does she bark? Luna's very skittish at the top. I think my filters muffle it enough that it doesn't disturb you guys, right? I think it does. Whenever I look back at streams and like hear Luna barking, it is very muffled. So I suppose that's pretty good. Very careful filing just little bits on the ears. Nub. Nothing else. Honestly, the nub on top of there, probably not worth filing at all. It'll be hidden by the hair. Make sure it's flat. Yeah, it seems fine. Shouldn't affect its attachment point. So every day I build a figure of a person. Normally it's robots. Nice change of pace. And then after we're done this, we'll do Ariel, the Delanza, Mirini, and then it's all just back to all the mecha. Shame there's not more Figure-Rise kits and more characters in the show. Oh. Oh wait, as if we're using that face, which we're not currently, so it doesn't matter. We're going to use the pre-printed face for now. We have the option for the other faces. We need water slides on them. We use the two different internal mouths. And then, yeah, the dog pull one, and I think that's the more smiley one. Yeah. Judging by the shape. Cool. We're not going to use them today. We're going to build it with the default face. For now. I need to free up for this. Smoothly as I thought it would. Unfortunate. And off. Oh, camera. Camera. Velcro. I need to invest in a new camera, honestly. This thing's a piece of shit. Calling you out, lunch tech. E1, which is the center thing. Now, just for pointing it out here. They're terrified that those bases with nothing on it, that's nightmare fuel right there, right? This is nightmare fuel. It's like some kind of monster from a movie. Changeling, just mid-morph. Yeah. We talked about we had no episode last week. Maybe 2 weeks ago for an episode. I was like, there's an episode 18 tomorrow. Episode 17 was 2 weeks ago. Because we had a break that weekend there for some reason. I'm not sure why. Had a break. It made the ending of the previous episode hurt that much more. Suletta lost her holder uniform. I guess she'll be back to this one in the next episode. Miori, what are you doing? Trying to save Suletta. Freaking broke her in the process. Sucks. But it should make some good story. See how Suletta hopefully grows and becomes stronger from this. Doesn't rely on Aspera's word to realize everything. Perhaps she can stand her on 2 feet. Without me uranium, without Ariel. I don't know how she'll survive. At least she got the rest of Earth House. With her friends. So hopefully that. They'll have her back. Oh, I did see her on Twitter. Apparently there was a leak of tomorrow's episode. It's part of it. I'm not sure the whole thing. Well, not the whole thing. I've only seen like one set of images show up. Thankfully not like a major spoiler. But enough for like, okay, that makes sense of where I thought it would go. Of course, I've only seen one person share it. Well, I know someone on Facebook, but I've only seen one person on Twitter share. Whether for tomorrow's episode, I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm a VTuber as well. Like, no. That's just because you're based around Gundam content doesn't mean you're posting spoilers. Maybe they're more clickbaity than I thought. This is really awkward to hold. This bit of hair. There's a tiny nub on like the inner surface, right? Or a small nub, not too bad. I wonder how much I will get built in the stream, because sometimes I build somewhat fast, sometimes I build really, really slow. What do we think is going to happen tomorrow, episode-wise? I'm sure we're going to see a very broken Suletta. not looking forward to that, but I'm looking forward to see how she recovers. Like, is Prospera just gonna leave her out to dry? Or she left the station, so she's not there in person. To comfort her daughter, who she does not care about. Too busy caring about the other daughter trapped inside of the mobile suit. We shall see. We shall see. It's very interesting to see how the story goes, because other Gundam shows are somewhat predictable. Like, somewhat. I think because, like, the setting of this one really can't predict where it's going to go next. I mean, a lot of Gundam shows, like, you can kind of guess where it's going to go, and then maybe it goes somewhere slightly different, and there goes the camera again. It just cuts in and out. It's like, oh, something else is using it. No, nothing else is using it. And it's only this camera, because my webcam that does my tracking has no issue. It's a hunk of garbage. It's cheaper than this one. But more reliable? Weird. Of course, it may just be a computer getting confused with two webcams at the same time. Possibly. I'd definitely like to upgrade to, like, one tracking, you know, iPhone stuff, but something similar. Which way around is this going to go? I need to hold this bit like that. And this part goes that way. Oh, I'm holding this way. Doesn't seem right. Yeah, that'd be weird, yeah. That makes more sense. That's the neck, front, and that's back where her hair is. Starts. The ball joint for the neck will go in there. Okay. There's at least Suletta staring at you. Like, what? Okay, and then A7 and A13. Headband, one big piece right here wraps around, right? Oh no, it's just a big piece in the middle. Okay. Makes sense. It'd be weird if it wrapped around, wouldn't it? And what other part was it? A7. Okay. Trying to figure out what that part was. Like the hair that just got combed underneath it. Underneath the headband. Make sense? Right. I think I mentioned it yesterday. Well, wasn't it yesterday? Like how Armor Core Stream yesterday kind of got delayed due to electricity issues, or rather, supplier issues being stupid. Like how, oh yeah, your BTR is meant to get upgraded. You got to upgrade it. Nah, the new one doesn't fit. It went back in. But forget they disconnected the old one. Our power end was a bit of a run out, and I'm like, fix this? Really freaking stupid. Hey, it is what it is. Black parts are always the worst part for noobs. And up on the other side. I'm sitting really close to my microphone. I went too close. Okay. Let me just smooth it out a little bit. Make sure it's all even. Want to have a little bit be like different from the rest. But being shiny wouldn't make any sense for a headband. It should be kind of matte finish, wouldn't it? It should be a matte finish. Shiny bits popping up with the sponge. Like wipe off any excess. So, yeah, take away some of that sheen. Not too shiny. Want a shiny headband? It'd look weird. Other than that, or is it so insignificant I can't see? Maybe. This might. It's a good thing because I don't want to see a visual nub on the hair. I had a thought about what Suletta might do next. Because from the last episode, right? It was very drop, obviously. Well, here's the thing, right? He was very desperate, just, challenge Ghoul. Yeah, challenge Ghoul again. Went back Mirini. Will she be desperate enough now that she lost Ariel as well? Because the Pharact is still in Sheriff House's hangar. And Elon's wandered off. He's kind of blown his cover a little bit. So, what if Suletta dares to use the threat? Gundam does not have area inside it to kind of shield her from the impairment score. That would be development. That wouldn't. Yeah. Any little stickers. Go on the headband. I mean, I could probably use. Number 3 goes in the upper one, number 4 goes in the lower. See that number 4 has a little bit of blacker in it because it's a smaller sticker. I'll cut these out so I can get them off thing better. You know, at some point, so someone's gonna get physical. Main character. It was written by the same person who wrote Cookie. Or the director, Cookie, I can't remember. Hey Arctic, how you doing? Posture checking, yes, posture is reasonable, and hydration is here. The game is apps. How you doing? I just noticed this part here for the hair. Accuracy to the original design results in some parts which are extremely sharp tips. Use care when assembling to avoid injury. Yeah, that's going to be a pointy ass hair. Like, we know the hair is going to be pointy, so be careful. Lol. Actually do this. You got that one mostly upright. I think it's like off by like a millimeter, like that. Nothing you won't notice when it's on her head at an angle. You can just grab like off-white. I think these parts as well. Wanted to. Hold this close to my face. Here. Oh, get it. Get it. I got it. There we go. 2 down. I'm just trying to plan how to make it. Enzyme from Gundam Breaker. Ooh. The Impulse and Wing Gundam. Gonna try and make it with Testing Wing 0. Ooh. Interesting. I'm doing pretty good. Apart from maybe the weather's starting to get a bit warm. I don't care for the warmth very much. I prefer the cold to the heat. But, oh well. I feel like the past week has actually drained me a little bit. I'm quite not that tired. A little bit. I don't know why they didn't put both of them with a black outline around it. I guess it's because the white sticker for the lower part will be even smaller than it already is. Yes, that's... I'm not confident these stickers will stay in place. I'm in a situation where I might have to come back and just do it with paint later. Probably why I won't use the transfers and just use the stickers for the markings for now. Just see how it looks. Wouldn't want to use the gold markings and then go, oh crap, I've used them. I can't use them again. Putting the sticker down, can I get stuck on the tweezers? I'll say tongs. That tongs is bigger than tweezers. Tongs is for food. Any custom kit bash plans? Oh, nothing. No customs for this one. I just like maybe change the details around with some paint. The stickers. I want to be enemy accurate with this one. If I can. Though I have seen like some of the kit bashes of. So at some point I might pick up a second one. And then kit bash it with an aerial. So like I pick a. So I've still got an aerial to build. And then like somewhere down the line I might pick up another aerial and another Suletta and just kit bash them together. So I've seen some people do that and it was pretty cool. Make a Gundam girl version. You need to get like the 30-minute mission stuff though, because sort of not 30-minute missions, 30-minute sisters. Bash with that. Okay. That's the headband stickers on. Now, which brings us. Damn it. Some people can get bashing together. It looks really, really good. I'd like to take a crack at that as well at some point. Parts are so small I could barely hold them in my hands. My hands are too big. And then this goes on like so. Nice. I think I see. This goes through. Oh, right. There we go. There's angles in place perfectly. Nice. Yeah, the MS Girl fingers. I've seen some of those. I feel like nowadays they just got 30-minute sisters, and people are just kit bashing the high grades with that because it works. So I did see for, obviously they've got like a Figure-Rise for Suletta and one for Mirini. I did see for the Gundam Build Metaverse, the show's coming out in October. It's like 3 episodes. It's the anniversary of the Build series. There is what looks like a new version of Fumina, like Fumina from Build Parts Try, and like the promotional art, but they haven't revealed the model kit for it yet. That'll be them doing Gundam Girl again, I guess. And switch your face. Default one now because I don't need the sticker. Let down. What's the head? Now the hair. Lots of hair. Hey, look, me and Suletta, we've got red hair, see? So, meet number 1, 2, 4, and 5. This has instructions. Take care not to jab yourself with pointy hair. Camera. Yeah, the older ones probably need to get bashed through. Those pointy bits in there. Like, from what I understand, is this build very similar to 30-minute sisters, so that's why it get bashed very easily. That's back of the hair. I suppose you could really like do the opposite as well. Because you could take a 30-minute sisters and kit bash it with a Suletta to make her a mecha girl. But then you could take the head from those 30-minute sisters girl and combine it with this to create an alternate in-universe character. Your own original character, do not steal. Four and 5. Like, look at me right now. I'm an original character, kind of. Hey, Toasty. Toasty Pineapples. That's a fun name. How you doing? I forgot which one was 4 and 5. Luckily, they go in one direction. But you could do the same with Miorini's kit as well, and what version of uniform you want. You need more Figure-Rise kits of the other characters. So I feel like how well these kits do would probably determine how much to get for once. Not gonna lie, I wanted to buy Miorini, but I mean, buy a Victory Gun instead. You know what? Everyone wants to get their impulse buys here and there. I've so far bought every G-Witch kit that's available in the UK. That's a very good thing to specify, because we're several months behind on the kits. Like kits that came out before the first season ended, we're still getting. Not a single season 2 kit showed up yet. So judging by the release schedule, I think either by the end of this month into next month should be like the Zwart. Not the Zwart Heavy, which just came out in Japan, but just standard Zwart. And the Team Battle episode. Against House Grassley. I wanted to get me or any about it. You know what? At least you got an anime girl. Didn't have to specify which one. Like Witch Mercury? I love Witch Mercury. Great. It's refreshing. Because it's different. I like I think I love about Gundam is like every show has its different flavor. Oh, Unicorn. Unicorn's fantastic. Unicorn's like top tier Gundam. Which from Mercury I'm yet figure out where I'd put it on a tier list until the show's over. You finished it? I mean, the show's not over yet. Only the first season. Season 2 is still going. Like season 1 was kind of more setting up everything. Model kits spoiling the show. I mean, there's some model kits that have come out, been announced before they appear in the show. Like, I'd be a unicorn guy? Fair enough. Everyone has their own tastes. I could consume it all. I'm like, oh, Gundam, what? And enjoy every show for what it is. Some I like more than others. I'm enjoying the characters from G-Witch. In that kind of alternate setting. Kind of like a halfway between a more traditional Gundam show and like a Build Fighter show. Hey, Apple. You've never built Figure-Rise before? This is my first Figure-Rise as well. It's gonna be. I mean, it's a Bandai kit. Build relatively simple. There's a lot more parts for the head than you'd expect. All the hair. Favorite mech? I don't know if it's Gundam related. I love the Zeta Gundam because it transforms. And it's got one of the cleanest transformations. There's so many other ones, it just looks like a robot on its belly. The head's still visible. And it's just like, yeah, but the Zeta at least hides its head. Crossbone. The Crossbone, I've only read tiny bits of the manga. Not actually read it, but just more heard about it, and it's like, it seems a cool idea. And I'll say it's much beloved with its Gunpla and its manga. But it's one of those things that's just not got an adaptation currently. But never say never. At least that appears in video game form, I guess. Yours is the Leo or the Unicorn. Yeah, the Unicorn's great. Love the Unicorn. When I first saw the Unicorn, I was like, that's kind of dull looking. It's all white. And then, of course, you saw it transform. I'm like, never mind. I understand why it's all white. Also, I think what makes Unicorn so good is the soundtrack. Because it really adds to the sense of this thing is special. Not just a Gundam. There's a Mobile Suit. It is something. New type magic, of course. Hey, Toasty, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. There's many Gundam mangas. There's a lot of Gundam mangas that I made. I've not read any of the Gundam manga. I mean, I should. I know Astray should. We want to read that ever since they added a Hyperion to Gundam Evo. But, like, as far as I'm aware, Astray never got an English release officially. So it's like, the only way to actually read it is to read it online via other methods. As far as I'm aware. And then the Eclipse manga currently for Speed as well. That's only available for English or non-Japanese. Either like the videos that are on Gundam Info, which I've not yet to watch anything. should probably read the... I got way back in 2004. Okay, that makes sense. I guess it got English release when it first came out. But I mean, finding Gundam manga in general, like I go into my local stores, and the only Gundam manga they have is the Origin hardback ones, which I did pick up at some point. And Thunderbolt manga, I think there was a version of Gundam Wing. Oh, the company went back. Ooh. No one's taking a risk on it, I guess. That's the thing, is I feel like Gundam is like a franchise. It's in a better place now than it was. Outside Japan, specifically. Inside Japan, it's always been pretty strong. Outside Japan, it's always been like in hit and miss depending on which country. Like the UK, for example, still has no actual supplier for model kits. We're piggybacking off Europe, which means we're having to buy things at more expensive prices because our stores don't get the discount that the European stores get. And hell, even Europe, it's mostly like France and Italy. Liking Thunderbolt manga, they could get at least 2 more seasons OVA written. Yeah, I think they're waiting a bit for that one. I've watched the 2 movies. December Sky, the first one, is freaking amazing. But what's the second one? Well, like the second OVA. December Sky is the first one. I forgot the name of it. I didn't like the second one as much as the first. Like, it was a really good, almost just like that first part of Thunderbolt would be a completely standalone thing, and that'd be it. But then it gets kind of weird with the adult stuff. Still, it was pretty cool. I think Sunrise have a lot of things that are adapting, that they've got so many productions going. Bandit Flower, that's it, yeah. Yeah. Doesn't feel like, yeah, that's exactly how I put it, yeah. It needs the next part to feel, because Summer Sky can feel like a full story by itself, but then, yeah, Bandit Flower does feel like it needs continuation to make sense. That's the hair done. I feel like the hair is going to take me a while just because of the shapes. Getting to like the nubs is kind of tricky. Also remembering where the nubs were. I think I cut them off really cleanly that there's nothing to actually sand, which is a good thing. What's thinking there? Oh yeah, like a Bandai and Sunrise. You know, so they've got a bunch of different projects going at the same time. So like we've got Witch from Mercury right now. There's the Gundam Build Metaverse in October. That's only 3 episodes apparently, so it might just be an OVA. Camera, stop dying on me, please. There's obviously last year. Obviously last year we had Figure-Rise Standard Island movie, which I still have to watch. It's finally on Crunchyroll, so I can finally watch it. I haven't got around to and then do it. And a couple of years ago was the Hathaway movie. Again, is the first of, I think, trilogy, I think. At least the first of a couple of movies. Obviously, it's not finished story yet. And the same also goes for narrative. continuation of Unicorn. His narrative, I'm pretty sure they said, was meant to be a trilogy. So far, we just got the one film. I've heard something about trilogy before. There's a continuation for the narrative that'll be done. Thunderbolt still has to get its next part, whenever they get around to it. There's a Gundam Seed movie being made. What else are they working on? They've got so many projects, it's hard to keep track. So personally, we'd be very happy to see a Gundam Seed movie. Because as much as people shit on Seed and Destiny, I mean, Destiny deserves some of it towards it in the second half. Because its narrative kind of flips. And then Shin goes from being the main character to being the main antagonist in a way. Which is interesting. So as much as I love Kira Yamato, he does have a knack of cheating death. I thought they were adapting narrative film TV series. Maybe. Maybe it is that. I know we've got a narrative movie. I know Hathaway's got like a TV version that came out in Japan recently. I thought narrative was going to have a continuation. Because there was that little tease about the unicorn still exists. It wasn't dismantled. Unlike the Banshee. Assuming their federation actually dismantled the Banshee. Obviously, Minerva's faction with Benager, they kept the unicorn just sealed that way. There's something else. Story still to be told there. What's kind of funny about Unicorn though is such an amazing story we got, and like, hey, this is the real Laplace's blocks, the real articles, foundation of the Federation, and yet it technically won't change anything because of the films and series that are like, because F91 and Victory's existence, this timeline, they have to go somewhere. Same with Hathaway. Hathaway say after Unicorn, like a decade or so. Of course, we could just say there's alternate timelines in Universal Century, and that would make some sense, I guess. Because I think Thunderbolt's officially a different timeline. It's Universal Century based, but is a separate timeline. Mainly being the Thunderbolt sector doesn't exist in the main UC. Is how the hell does what looks like a nebula exist in orbit of Earth? I mean, it's probably all the gases and that from the net colony causing that. But visually stunning. Yeah. Maybe like everything that's after Unicorn, it doesn't acknowledge it, or like the worst timeline. Maybe, I don't know. What if things didn't work out? Of course, the whole Laplace's blocks. Yeah, Laplace's box. I feel like a lot of those incidents would be classified. Was there actually a line like that? Interesting. I remember that. The thing is, as it's gone on, the Universal Century's become more complicated with new type stuff. All the Unicorn's doing is amplifying what's there. Taking the new type potential and, amplifying it to the maximum. Now, if Amuro can push back Axis with the new Gundam, which only had like frame and its cockpit area, you can kind of retcon in the Verka, have some cycle frame throughout the suit, but not the entire suit. And then the cycle frame resonance from Shard cockpit. And the heart's healing. So basically, Amuro had a less powerful mobile suit and did something insane. Because he was channeling the energy of everyone around. It really goes to show us how insane the unicorn is. I like how at the end of Unicorn where like it disables all those bad suits. And it's just like, oh, they disabled them all. And then it's explained in narrative, oh no. He rewinded time on their reactors and dismantled them. You're like, excuse me, what? You literally dismantled their reactor. Wait, that's wrong. I'm holding it backwards. Empty. Ow! Fingers. Spiky hair. You love anime characters with spiky hair, but when it comes to building kits, ow. Makes it painful. Same goes for like, hell, I've got like just one Android on my desk. The hair's not spiky as well. Are we doing this? Or same? So which one? Yes. I forgot which one's which. That's that side. Must be. Yes. Maybe. I think that must be. Makes more sense with the way the hair's going. Okay. I mean, ow, fingers. Make sure we get rid of any nubs that are on the hair so it goes together properly. But I think all timelines need to have some kind of space magic. Some's more ridiculous than others. Like the new type started off simple, kind of like over time become far more complicated. Which from Mercury kind of has the gun format, which they'll figure out how that works. The way I guess I could digitize the soul of some kind. Here's the implication of it. The whole data storm stuff. That's more science than magic. Seed has the seed. What do they call it? Like seed attribute, seed potential, which we see visualized via that little seed dropping into water. When we go seed mode or berserk mode. Anyway, seed's like the least. You know what? Considering how much seed's about the whole like how the story goes, it has probably the least space magic. Well, maybe Wing has it less. I suppose 00 has the innovators. like Star Wars, or parts I may not like as much. There's so much I can ignore that I do like. Yeah, you know what? That is fair. That's actually, I think it's a good way of putting it, because like I'm the same with Star Wars. I watch everything, and I'll enjoy it for what it is. But there'll be all the other parts I love more. Like the sequels, I like parts of it, but not all of it. But I'm not gonna do what some people out there do, like especially when you see it on Twitter a lot. Doesn't matter if it's Gundam, Star Trek, or what Gundam. You'll have some people go, "You're not a real fan. Why did my show change?" Wah, 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 wah. Shut up. Just watch what you want to watch. If you don't like that show, shut up. Move on. Not every show is gonna for you. Like thinking of a beloved Gundam series that I don't really care for, 0083. Stardust Memory. Oh, well, maybe not Stardust Memory, but the Afterglow of Xeon compilation film, because I saw that version. God, does it suck. I know the series is good, but the compilation movie is terrible, because it crams so much into such a short space of time. You have no fucking clue what's going on for the first half of the film. Like the whole first arc is completely done as a kind of no one talking about it. But ruins it. I need to go back and watch the proper series to appreciate it, because the compilation film's terrible. Also, I'll say it. Gundam Wing. Ain't a man. Not bad. Yeah. Not my favorite. Has some of my favorite designs. As for a show, kind of, if people love it for the good animation, mechs, and action, I would rate it low. And 083, yeah, 083, I think story-wise, it's kind of... Stardust Memory is one of those things where like it needs to tell a story to set up Zeta Gundam, to create the Titans, and so they kind of just... Actually, that's what it is. It's just it's a story to set the Titans up, like, to give them a reason to exist. Like, why do they need the Titans? Why do they need this really very fascist, anti, Huntington Xeon remnant force that are very anti-colonist within Spacians? It's like, oh, right, because they dropped another colony from the remnants. That makes sense. And of course, all the records of the event classified, hence why it never gets spoken about. The Stardust Memories, at least I'd say worth the watch, but like it's one of the lower tier in terms of overall story, but just has some really good action and some memorable moments. But overall, it's kind of all right. I will say it has some of the worst characters, and not as in writing, I mean just people. They're terrible people. Like the main cast are like Phil and Tina Purpleton and what's his face, Gato. They're all terrible people. Decent story. the thing is, like, if a franchise is big as Gundam, everyone will have their favorite thing and their least favorite thing, and that's okay. You don't have to watch every single show to say you're a Gundam fan. You could watch, but you could have just seen Witcher Mercury. You could have just seen IBO. You don't need to go back and watch the OG. I did because I was interested after watching Unicorn. Yeah, I watched Unicorn before I watched anything else in the Universal Century. So to be fair, I did play the Dynasty War Gundam games, and so I got like little snapshots of the timelines, which kind of gave me enough interest to go back and like, it gave me just enough like in a surface level knowledge, which helped me watch Unicorn, and then Unicorn got my attention and go, okay, I want to go back and watch these. And yeah, the animation of the original Gundam, I can see why people don't want to watch it. It's a bit shit in bits places, but again, it was 1979 and it was a low budget production. I think it's allowed to get away with looking a bit janky. This part, this side. Yeah. Ow. Fingers. Usually don't mind as much, but Double A3 was the first time I felt, why the heck is this kid the Gundam pilot? In my head, I know it's because he'll become a new type in the story arc, but outside of that, I don't know why it offers a decision. He didn't even become a new type. He was just an idiot. An arrogant one, too. I think the only reason he got piloted it was because the other pilot who could have piloted it was injured. Hey Maru, how you doing? It's Suletta. Yeah, we've got the same display. Suletta's good. I'm like keep jabbing my fingers off of the hair because hair's spiky. I do love how it has have a disclaimer here. Accuracy to the original design results in some parts with extremely sharp tips. I've noticed. Yeah, I love how they got a warning for it, like in bright red. I mean, I guess I'm used to like anime figures with sharp, like with my Arthur Nandroid. King Arthur Nandroid is. Like putting his Hego on his head, like ow, stabbed myself a few times. Anime figures, like check out this cool spiky anime hair. Ow, my fingers. It was like the jokes of like Cloud from Final Fantasy. That man could take it to Sephiroth's eyes with his hair. So far, fun kit. And yeah, I'm only building ahead. So we have just been rambling a bit about what shows we like and dislike. And how it's perfectly healthy to like some things, but not all. Like, I could start a fight on Twitter by just saying, Seed's better than Wing, and then watch everyone try to slam me. Especially Western fans. Western fans seem to not like Seed. But it was my first Gundam show, so I'll defend it to death. Though be it Destiny gets fair criticism. Maybe slightly exaggerated, but it gets fair stuff. Mara and her hot takes. Ah, yes. Story fight saying the Zeta is weird. Oh, that's overrated. Yeah, Mara. I know all about your takes on the Zeta Gundam design. You hurt me every time you say it. I love my Zeta Gundam. It transforms into a cool jet. Cool space fighter. Rule of cool will always triumph. We're just up a good. I think we've mentioned this before, like, when Zeta Gundam's good, it's top tier. But when it's kind of off, some episodes are a bit iffy. I think that like the Zeta and Double Zeta, that time period is one of my favorite. I think. Maybe it's just the 80s design aesthetic. I really like. Or probably because of the Dynasty Warriors Gundam games. And my favorite levels were the Zeta and Double Zeta ones. Thinking about it, the Dynasty Warrior Gundam games is the only time the Double Zeta cast are dubbed. The only time they have dub actors, because there's no dub of the show, which is really weird, considering Gundam Zeta were dubbed around the same time. Camera? Hello? Why didn't they double? Why not? Why did not dub Double Zeta? It's so weird when I was like going back and watching through the shows. I was like, I watched Gundam, I watched Zeta, and then I had to watch Double Zeta and sub, and then jump back to dub for Shar's Counterattack. Of course, nowadays I mostly watch sub anyway, but at the time, when I mentioned not liking Zeta, people try to gotcha me with the Double Zeta and things like, Double Zeta friggin' rules. I always say like that first arc in Shangri-La, the bit too slapstick comedy for me. The bit slapstick comedy at times, because how does Yazan go from scary ace pilot to Scooby-Doo villain? He turned into a Scooby-Doo villain. And it was like, that's not Yazan, he's not scary anymore, he's like a punchline. Hell, he's the only Titan to survive, if you think about it. I guess he's living the rest of his life out on Shangri-La. Didn't die, did he? No, he didn't die. Yeah, Double Zeta is probably the most underrated show. I want to do that on stream at some point. I want to go back and play the Dynasty Warrior Gundam games, because they were great. And I do have my 360 hooked up now, so I can easily go back and stream old games. We've been playing Armored Core. Hey, City Papu, how you doing? I wonder if I can pronounce your name correctly. I've never been in your stream before, but I've never said your name out loud. I always have that thing when I say someone's name for the first time, I'm like, did I pronounce that correct or did I butcher it? How you doing? I love the fact that when I have started on a conversation, I do not shut the fuck up. And I just keep going. But you've been calling shitty poop. Shitty popper. Alright, City. You know, my brain's going and drifting from city into shitty, and like, okay, let's stick with Popo. That is going good. I'm taking my time with the hair to make sure there's no visible nubs and so it goes together smoothly. So like, I've spent an hour and I have not finished the head. Of course, I've been rambling as well, so there's that. Once I get going, I don't shut up. That's the problem. To rewatch Double Zeta, probably have to go through Zeta. Mashamir is a fun character. He is Space Himbo, yeah. Yeah, like, it goes from like being super comic relief character to then seeing him a little bit later, and now he's like, actually, this guy's kind of cool. Okay, I really appreciate how the theme line and the two back parts of the hair looks like the parting of the hair. It makes it look natural. Like, that looks like a hair parting in Bless's theme line. Genius, Bandai, genius. Ow, fingers. Right, that's what I got. I can know. Oh, I need number 8 first. Get that on there. Back part of the hair's done. Let's number 8. Part. Dog all woofing in the distance. But not too loud. Oh yeah, that's a dog barking outside. It sounds a little louder than Linda barking inside. Okay, my microphone's not picking it up. Good. I'm just looking at the thing. It's not picking up. I tweaked my like settings of microphone, so it should not be picking up outside noise. Unless I'm talking. Which is good because it's summer. Well, spring going into summer. I need the window open. There's airflow in here. I'm feeling like not too warm yet. But we're definitely gonna get to that point where I need to turn the fan on as well. Which I'm sure Mara's going, a fan in Scotland? Are you crazy? Yes. I melt. Very noisy dogs outside. Still, not as noisy as the children when they're playing. Goddamn kids. Not doing them loud. Actually, the school's running right now, so hot. This part's gonna be awkward because the nub on the inside of it. I'm trying to get at that angle. What? I just kind of lost my train of thought earlier with data. Yeah, I was like, yeah, the first part, Triangle is the only part I feel like I dislike. Because it's very slapstick, Scooby-Doo feeling at times. But once they leave Triangle, this goes good, I'd say. Not that the comedy stuff's bad, it's just if you're watching it right after Zeta, it's such a it's like tonal whiplash. Because also the ending of Zeta is so dark. Like most of the characters die. There's very few characters carrying over. Even Camille is not exactly himself. Unless, of course, it's the new translation one where he has a happy ending with Fa. Which then retcons Double Zeta's existence, I guess. So yeah, I guess even there's an alternate timeline. New translation's an alternate timeline. Because that's an alternate ending. A more sweet ending, a more happier ending. But like, Camille and Fa didn't have a happy ending in Double Zeta. I love the memes sometimes I see on Twitter and that all they needed to do to stop Char and Char's counterattack was Camille to send a wedding invitation. If Camille had sent Char a wedding invitation, or like him and Fa, I'm sure he would just like stop everything he was doing. He's going, yep, nope, gotta go do my boy. Camille was the humanity that Char needed, I think. The son he didn't know he needed in his life. I guess Char was too busy pining after the mother figure. I still can't believe that's a line in Char's counterattack. Both in sub and dub about how Lala could have been a mother to him. And I was like, wait a minute, hold that thought. She was your girlfriend. Wait a minute. Made it really weird, Char. I guess more, I mean, he's a motherly figure, not a mother. But translations can be very literal sometimes. I love Fuff. And Lala didn't die. I feel like Char's life would be very different. That's always the case in the show. If this person didn't die, this person's life would be better. Looking at you, IBO. Any characters in that show, if they didn't die, things would be better. I think IBO definitely has some of my... IBO has some of the most heartbreaking death. Both in and out of combat. I think everyone who's watched I'm Lord of Orphans, there's that one death outside of a battle in the second season that is the most heartbreaking ever. And also I feel like the most horrific death is you didn't see it coming. You maybe sensed something, but you didn't see it coming in that moment. You know, no one deserves to be gunned down. Of course, that death was used as a catalyst to get Beckett in the fight. Like, if we kill this person, it'll piss them off. And yeah, it worked. And I think they knew it was intended for that, but they didn't care. They were getting revenge. Of course, then it has the most satisfying death right at the end. Mm-hmm. Take that, Kujan. You deserve to be crushed. Villain deaths are like some of the most satisfying villain deaths. Kujan and IBO and Shirako and Zeta. They're two of the most satisfying ones I can think of. Both involve the cockpit being crushed in some manner. Funny how that works. And this part goes on to here. Direction that way around. Why does a wee quiff? How does this go that way? A bit of hair, it sticks back. face on. That's everything behind the hairband. That is brilliant design, honestly. To have the hair, something that complicated, to produce like that as a model kit, that's great. That just leaves here over the front of the head and the ponytail. This is the last two parts though. 11 and 12, and then number 6, 22. I'm excited to see what we get tomorrow's episode. Because having a 2-week wait between episodes, we're being Suletta. Yeah, just a spoiler alert. Oh god, I hope not. Suletta forget her head if it wasn't screwed on. Ponytail. I'm wondering if I think I mentioned it earlier, but I hope we do get more figure-rise kits of other characters. It'd also be nice to get one of her flight suit as well, I think. Actually, thinking of pilots in flight suit, wasn't that announced late last year, I think? That there's going to be SH Figuarts of Kira Yamato in his flight suit with a version with the cockpit seat. I feel like there's nothing mentioned about that for ages. Because I want that. I want a Kira in the cockpit seat. Freaking cool. Ernest my strike. Anything on the hair worries me that there's some detail. First, this thing is I have it in my backlog. The Figure-Rise of Lacus. Where's the Kira one? One for Kira as well. And Kigali. Nathrin. Come on. You just have half the ship. Let's have the full couple. Think about this. Is the Suletta Mercury is the first time we've actually got Figure-Rise kits with actual characters from the same series. Well, no, yeah, same series. Because there's one obviously of Fumina, and there's one of Anya from Build Divers. Oh, but then Diver Nami exists as well. Never mind. There's two from Divers series, but one from Fighters. Or multiple versions of her. Come on, Bandai. If you build it, they will buy it. I know, Mara, if you're still in chat, you want Choo Choo. I know you do. You want a Choo Choo kit. I've seen kit bashes at Choo Choo. Pretty good. I think it's a little bit of a nub. It's like just visible enough that's bugging me. Like it's probably not visible there, but it's visible in my eyes. It's bugging me just a little bit. Hard to get to because it's in the curve. In your time. Better. There's like a tiny little bit I could not get with this standing stick. What are you hidden by the... Okay, never mind. I think they're actually being really smart with that. Things are so like other parts of hair will hide it. Another part on this one, I don't remember. Oh, there it is. Sometimes Bandai, like, they put nubs in the really dumbest places, and then other times they do it in the most genius places that another part hides it. They're getting better at it. High grades are still very hit and miss. But I guess that's life. Some kits are more complicated than others. Some are nice and basic. Life goes on. Emulate that song from Beat Test in my head. The endings, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. Ooh, yeah. No, it's actually very visible. Hand it away. Where's the nub? No more nubs. Nubs, the bane of every modeler's existence. Even the best nippers can only cut so close. Camera, Doko. Okay. Got that mark. And and this. There we go. Ouch. Ow. And then head. Suletta Mercury. The headless Suletta. Nightmare. Suletta forget to put on her body. Tail nice and smooth. There's another. And the little tip of the tiny ones. Okay. Did you say himself? I need to get new sanding sticks, but I never do. Is stupid. Some of them are a bit broken on the inside, so they're gonna bend a bit too much. I'm realizing something. Unlike a Figma or Androids, switching out the faces would not be as simple as just popping off the fringe and then changing the face. Well, no, it's difficult, I think. Need the stickers on the ponytail. Similar looking. I cut them off the thing so I can lift them off without taking everything else with it. Number 5 zipper one, number 6 floor one. They look the same, but I'm guessing they're like slightly different lengthwise. Putting these around going to be slightly difficult. Okay. I start on the inside then, right? And overlaps on the other side. Crap. My finger. This is a really tricky sticker. It's going around a curved surface. Like the one where like not paint might be nice. Camera, stop doing it, please. Just let off. Hey, wonderful. I don't think I've ever been on something. This is one of the worst by far. It's a small piece, and it's a sticker wrapping around the cylinder. In place. It pulls on itself. Ah. There's a very distinct possibility I may have to paint this part later. This sticker is not playing nice. The tip of it is folded over in itself, so it won't stick all the way anymore. Rather than it put back out. I think it wraps around quite a good bit. Okay, that still fit on, just wait, I'm gonna cut a tiny bit off of it. Hey, hey, hey. Cylinders and stickers, alright. Bottom will be a little bit easier because it's gonna be harder. I think you stick to my finger is dead. Okay, this one went on a bit easier because it has a small groove to fit into it. Better than nothing. Potentially. And ponytail, on you go. Suletta! We have nearly 2 hours to build a head. Hey, Pika Eevee. Randy Orton's. Watch it like that. Wait, what? Whatever. So yeah, I figured about the WWE joke. I've not really watched wrestling in a very long time. When I watched wrestling, it was still called WWF. You put the hair like that. Cookie Suletta. Ooh. It's like a jellyfish. Yes, we'll go with that. Jellyfish. Right then. Alright. No. Here we go. first page of the body. Anyway, no, this. Actually, no. There. Look at the color mixing for the skin tone. 40% orange, 40% pale brown, 10% white, and 10% pink. For skin tone. Mediterranean colors. Yes. That's her father's skin tone and her mother's hair. Alright then. Put on the body. Yeah, I'm not going to do the engraving because I'm going to probably... Oh, wait, actually. Hang on. Oh, I can use the engraving stick. Logo sticker as well. I had the option of one or the other. I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I may even build the whole thing and then come back and do these. Because I'm sure they have some complications to them. I just want to build it first. Alright, I need the bee runner. What do we need from the bee runner? We need numbers 16 and 20. 16 here. Here's number 20. Yep. Right, all these parts are interior parts. Right. Ending it. Tiny bit. Okay. These are the internal parts of the shoulder. Good seam, yes. I don't need to worry too much about nub's visibility, but I just want to make it smooth enough. It does not interfere with the motion on the shoulder. Okay. Turn this, let's go. That way, and then these two. Facing back first, and then we rotate them. Okay. Oh, that locks them in place. Okay, clever. There, and then you rotate it to lock it. And that way it can kind of slide back and forth. Connecting. Oh. A30. Oh, the gold. Gold plastic. Wait. And it's number 15 to the next step on that. Step straight. Angled up. Right, and then this two this way. We have the gold goes inside it and the black goes over it. Guess makes sense. Shoulders. I don't know, I'll see how it looks, and I might actually use my gold and the marker on this. And see how it looks first. first thing we do is do a straight build it up, put the decals and stuff, and then afterwards you can paint. Okay, I'm gonna yellow paint it, or do put the decals on and then you can paint it with it. There you want, hey, take it back off and then paint. But I guess with the transfer stickers, get one shot. That's it. Mercury Country Bumpkin. Doing a build so far? Yes. It's very interesting. It took me, what, nearly 2 hours for the head, so that's kind of... I was taking my time and rambling a bit. So, what's that? I like it. First time building a Figure-Rise. So. Nice and different. I was like, with the model kit, so all the similarities there. But compared to like building like a Gunpla, the head would have been done in like high grade would have been done in like 2 seconds. We're gonna do it in like 2 minutes. I mean, just looking at the heads and they're like, that is an intricate hair mold. Yeah, all those parts, which I really love it. And it goes onto the back. And then number A14 and B17. For the front half. Wait, you haven't built any of the other build. Use the Ultraman figure. No, I have not. First Figure-Rise kit. I mean, I've considered the build ones. Dragon Ball, I'm not really a Dragon Ball fan. Haven't watched Ultraman at all. Yeah. I suppose there's a Digimon ones which look cool. I was considering those. Like Digimon, and you got the Digimon amplified to make them look cool. Yep. Also the Kamen Rider ones. I've seen Maru build those. Build one of those. So I do actually have a Goku. Son Goku. I have Figure-Rise of that. It came as a promotional thing. Like a freebie. I got something else. So I have that. Yeah, not. So there's like a file versions. I'm not sure if this is one color or not. Box is gray. My first thought was, hey, what if I bash that with a mecha and make a mecha dude instead? Take Goku's body and make a mecha dude. "30-minute dudes." Or Frame Armor's boys. I have built a Frame Armor's girl before, so at least I have some experience building a character. In terms of like the hair separation, it's a lot more intricate than the Frame Arms once I built so far. Because those are like somewhat simplistic hair to make it interchangeable. So I realized the part I'm holding. It's Suletta's chest. My thumbs are in weird places. Yes. Well, Figure-Rise, get under. Yeah. Make a statue of it. Yeah, why not? I just got like with Gundam Mad, they were doing like usually around like Christmas time and that. They'll do like giveaways for like they include freebies and stuff, and like sometimes it's that, sometimes it's a gold-plated 00 Dive Race, of which I have two as a result. From two different stores. Two different promotions. I might have to have two of them. I have a spare. Lucky, huh? I could sell them, yes. Undergated. Nice. Funny, like the gold-plated high-grade 00 Diver Race. Probably the fastest I've built a kit, because it's gold-plated that you can't sand the nubs, or else you'd rip off the plating. I built one. I don't know if I probably won't build the second one because what's the point of having two? So I could either sell it or potentially use it for a giveaway, I guess, at some point in the future. That would be a good idea to have at some point, like competition with them. There's something I don't like a local thing where we have like a not so much a competition, but like a shared build, local build, club where we all built the same gym and customized it. I like to do that community things, like get like a mass production kit type kit, and then all build the same thing, but then customize it, even just different colors, like something simple. See people's like customization skills. I think it's really cool to do that. The only problem with like competitions where like, oh yeah, I want everyone to build with this kit. Is like, yeah, everyone have access to that kit? This is something that's just released in Japan. It'll be available over here. By the time it's available to me, then it'll be available to everyone else. In theory. That's something I like that local store did. They like, because they had the community that up there. They knew they were getting in a bunch of that gym. That's when they kind of like made it the idea of the competition or build, community build. Not competition. There was no competition. There was no like winner. Gym, Zaku, or even like the Witcher Mercury stuff. Because like the Demi Trainer, I think would be kind of cool as like a custom idea. I think it looked like Choo Choo's Demi Trainer. Oh, it's a hard custom of a mass-produced unit. And there's the option set for different weapons as well. And I suppose even the 30-minute mission stuff would probably work too, to a certain degree. So I think that'd be pretty cool. An idea for the future. Me, Suletta, I'm just touching your chest. There we go. Upper shoulders. And the color separation is really good on this. I mean, the gold plastic always looks a little odd. It's like the metallic injection. But they're pretty good. And of course, it does say now to do all those engraving stickers, but I am not going to use them currently, I think. I'm going to build it as is, and then we'll come back to this. I can easily detach the parts. I wouldn't want to have them like they're vulnerable while I'm still building. I'd rather like get it fully built first. Personal preference. Okay. Now, let's. Oh, the neck. Neck, the tie, lower body. Okay. I think we can definitely get the body built. The flesh tone and those horrifying faces with no detail. That's just scary, right? 4 and 5. Suletta Mercury. I love how, like, throughout the stream I was, like, rambling a lot, and now I've kind of just quietened down. Seems to be happening with me a lot. I don't know why. Like, my brain just throws up everything in one go, and it's like, oh, wait, let's see now. Like mouth vomit, or no, word vomit. That's the word. And then afterwards, I'm like, what? Good question. Favorite mobile suit from which Mercury currently? Like, obviously the Ariel is pretty, but what are the other ones? I kind of like the Delanza because it's chunky. So everyone, yeah. Like, the thing about the Delanza being a chunky boy, and especially even Jules one, just with that massive head crest, it is, like, really cool. You know, it was only the first episode. It was really a really cool design. And of course, it has the variants, like the default one. And obviously, you get the Delanza, which is like fancy plume or Gule, and then of course you've got the standard issue one, which is the one that Lada uses, or the one that Felsi uses. And of course, you get the Lanza Zol, which of course Vimdachurk used. R.I.P. Vimdachurk. So there's a couple of suits I really like the design of, which currently don't have mobile suit model kits. Like the Defaulters, like the predecessor to the Delanza, I guess. Like, Fold had those during the end of the season 1, and then the Rodoros, I think it was, the ones they had on the ground battle, they're really cool as well. But don't have kits, which is really annoying. Very tight neck with the collar. That little fresh Jew, just wish it could get the bunny ears that the fin. Oh yeah, the fresh Jew is pretty cool. Or Jew. I mean to pronounce that correctly. I'm terrible at pronunciations. The first Jew is pretty cool. I want to know more about it because obviously I've read in the description of it. Like, okay, it has no weapons. Doesn't even have head Vulcans. So it's clearly like a research prototype, which has now been retrofitted for battle with that arm thing, which apparently isn't even a gun bit. It's an arm from a larger mobile suit that's been converted into a gun bit. Which is kind of crazy. Also, I think they have a Proliferous Jeu has a very striking resemblance in the body design with the Gunvolas. So I think there's a connection there. After all, that Canada's heart takes place on Earth in between shows. Oh yeah, I've seen like little bits pop up on Twitter. I'll probably get a proper translation in a little bit. It definitely seems it's going more the comical route to begin with. I think the first Jeu must be related to like Dawn of Folds Gundams. It kind of makes sense to me that if there's someone from the Bandit Institute that survived on Earth, they'd eventually team up with other people who want to get a bit of payback. I don't know. I mean, didn't was it the book that's set on Mercury? One from Ariel's point of view, that got translated eventually. Thingy Cradle, I think it was called. That got translation. It took a while. I think the season was done by the time it got translated. Yeah, the Wing manga, I've seen that in stores along with Origin and Thunderbolt. I suppose not even the Eclipse manga has a translation. Well, it does have a translation, but it's not available physically. Sucks. Get a translation eventually. Just a matter of if it will be a physical release or not. I'd be fine with a digital translation, just available like to read somewhere. like on the website even. Actually, doesn't Crunchyroll have some manga on its website? I remember. I think it has any Gundam stuff, but in the future, maybe. I don't know. Of course, getting anything in Europe. Its physical release, it would probably take forever to come to Europe. You know, Europe gets shafted. That being said, Europe does now have a P Bandai Europe. Only shipped to France, but it's a start. That exists, best part. This. Extend that slightly so it's like a slight angle on the tip now. Oops. Glad to test the waters with it as a motion manga. Yeah. Motion manga of Eclipse. I need to kind of watch it. I don't know. I think I've avoided it because I'm not sure I like the idea for motion manga. Because I like to like read at my own pace. Usually quite slow. I appreciate the artwork. I did like check out the first episode of it and just first volume and just read it. Okay, I did thingy that tiny bit. Yeah, I see that the tip of the tie is a slight angle in it because I kind of caught the edge with the tiny paper stick. Oopsie. Honestly, it's not that bad. Right, now we need the lower body or lower torso. Runner A and B. We need one part from it. Number 16. Yeah, I wonder where that part is. Like super obvious to see it on the runner. One of the biggest parts. Now we need number 18 and 19 and 21. It's easy to tell which one's the front, which one's the back. The back part has a hole in it for the base. Nice little addition. And what was it? Oh, 21. There's not down here. BRB, no worries. Get these nubs. These nubs. I'm hilarious. forget. Handy. So many kits in my backlog to get through. It's like, even if I started building every single day, I'd take forever to get through it all. It takes me like 2 to 3 streams average for like there's like a 3 stream average for like building stuff. Of course, I've done some things faster, things way slower, like the RG new Gundam, which took 10 streams. Building a master grade on the stream might be the challenge. I hesitate to think of building perfectly. And which map was this? Okay. Ball joint upper body. Waistband. Alright, which way around is it? Oh wait, okay, that's easy enough. There's a big bit and a 2-bit. That's simple. One piece here. I do that. Infinite. Regional. back. There's another one first. These nubs at the top part shouldn't really matter that much because they're going to be hidden by the upper body when it plugs in, I think. Maybe. Get rid of them anyway. Be sure. The other nub. There it is. It's very well hidden, which is a good thing. The thing is, if you cut something off and then you can't find the nub afterwards, I think you've cut it off very cleanly. Torso. There we go. The torso. We got disembodied head and the torso. I could technically attach the head if I wanted to. Quite simple, the torso. Compared to the head, the torso is quite simple. I'll say there's like so many different parts of the hair to make it look right. Small bit of movement there. Not too shabby, not too shabby. That's about Fury. And it's the runner. Oh, I see. So yeah, I thought that was what you actually get a little bit of flesh tone underneath here. Yes, if you bend it enough, it's like stomach underneath here. If he wears an undershirt, it's inaccurate. Is that orange looking under the thingy? I only saw him one episode. Third one, when you're getting back into the uniform. After being arrested in the first episode, or the second episode. Okay. And 7 is here. A lot of flesh tone parts here. I guess it makes sense with all the hips and stuff. I'm happy to lie. There is a groove here for the bottom of the back. Yeah, I like that he's got little arrows in it and his point direction to the front. Little tiny indents. Hold it in, so like this is the front. That was fine click. Oh, the hip himself. The hip joints, the ball joints. Oh, they're gonna overlapping. Interesting. B22 is not the correct one I'm holding. I was thinking one. This one. B22. And number 30. There's two of them. I don't need to worry about getting that one backwards. Was that pretty smoothly? Make sure the ball joints remain balls and not be like weird shapes. Thinking like with a face sitting there. It would be nice if they had more pre-printed ones, but I understand why they don't. Because it would ride the price up. Also imagine pre-printing, it still needs part on the inside of the mouth. I guess there's a limitation there. 29, yep. Ah, yes, this would be Suletta's butt. Look at a bit of color bled in here. Weird. Imperfection in the plastic. Maybe. Open camera. Like a little, almost seems like a little bit of red, like very faintly in this bit here. The red being near the white on the same runner. That makes sense. Inside the plastic. That just here. And then drop this like so. Tommy. What? Oh no, Twitch safe. There's wrap in there. Long jacket. Patrick. Being headless. Letta. Booty. Pretty good. And arms and legs. And, yeah. the most annoying part was definitely the stickers around the ponytail, which I still may just take off and paint that part. I'm currently unsure. Alright, onto this page. The arms. Wait, how much have we got? More. Here we go. Right arm, left arm. That's actually quite simplistic build wise, actually. Okay. Right arm, 3 stages. Left arm, 3 stages. Right leg. Two. Oh, cats. Misleading. That's misleading. Right arm, left arm. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. And yeah, so like a centerfold. Letta's just going to stare at the camera. Okay. So, one arm is this. Arm, that, and the leg. There's no leg. We get one arm done in an hour. Possibly. It's kind of irritating that it's such a long double page thing. Not like one thing per page. Okay. Deal with it. Fine. Maybe get one arm done today. And we can get the other limb done next. Depends how long it takes. Yes. Like, okay, there we go. There we go. Right then, this is going to be mostly the runner arm. It's actually mostly the B runner, B runner, B runner, B runner, A sticker, which we're not going to do now. Well, but maybe. Number 11, yes. Anyway, when we get to the hand, we'll use the B runner. Oh, the A runner for that part. Okay. The black bit. Anyway, let's see. We're 14 and 15. Those are identical. When it comes to both sides. Good measure. Seven is not sure. those two parts. No. Speed up the process a little bit. Alright, at least that one's fine. Right, oh yeah. Get them back over here. This Slet is just staring up at the cameras. Funny. It's up straight. Punching over too much. Where's that other little nub? Oh, there it is. On the side. I forgot. The sleeves. Oh, that's the thing. Didn't say the sleeves should be yellow or gold. Maybe I will do some Gundam marker stuff instead. Rather than Thingamabob. I appreciate how the sleeves really have ripples in them already. It makes the cloth feel real despite being plastic. I do not like having to sand anything that has raised surface detail. I'm always worried like I'm going to take the detail away as well. I'm like, no, don't do that. Cut out super cleanly. How many ish? Tiny wee nub on this side. And grab the color of the inside of the sleeve. Looks pretty accurate. We'll save any stickers in that. Accurate as we can. Without doing a full repaint, just no. Using Gundam markers. Oh, gold, so yeah, it'll work. It's a metallic. Technically, the inside of the sleeves will be fabric. Interesting point to think about. Mostly the parts and outside material are definitely gold on purpose, like more flashy, but inside the sleeves are definitely more yellow. Probably more mustard gold than actual granny gold. Makes sense, it's fabric rather than really coated like that. The part is. Right, which way around is this? Front and then. Oh. Part of this. Oh wait, and again, that's the upper arm. That's not what holes in there. The upper part sleeve. Oop, I just put it down. Push together. The part I would like to glue in place, it might be that. And I push this part down and I'll push that part up a little bit. And that's not ideal. You know, I just realized what's missing from the tie. I forgot when I was. Except for next time. Oopsie. The collar looks good. Right, now for the lower arm. The beat runner is white sleeves. 3 and 5 cents. And number 9. There. And number 13 for the bottom of it. Okay. Oh, this is like the lower arm and then this. Ah. place the upper arm, the lower part of it. Then we'll make the part that goes in the middle afterwards. And oh, yeah, smart. Yes. Different way around this goes arm. That way, part B. This bit does well. Up again. I think you're leaning forward too much. Okay. Now this plot of yarn goes. Yeah. Tyrant. And then 11. The big poofy sleeve. I realized the word I said has double meaning. That meaning the fluffy sleeve. Or fluffy. Better word. Doesn't sound like something else. Always the thing with languages. No matter if it's the same language, it could be multiple meanings in different countries. Like in America, you would say that was her fanny. And the Scottish is the other the other side. America say fanny pack, we say bum bag. Fanny pack would be a more accurate term, I guess. That was a weird tangent, never mind. Anywho. Alright, leave. Part go on. It comes up through it. Pretty cool. And then this part comes down on top of it. Actually lock it in place. That's pretty cool. And of course, there's a tiny little bit on there where the gold should go. Like, yeah, basically, the sleeve can bend independently. So depending on like the angle you have the arm, you're gonna be sitting correctly. Hydrate and posture checks. Yep. Welcome back, Arctic. Yes, posture checking is required. I keep leaning over. Getting the right arm done. always difficult when you have like tiny little parts. And wait, how do you hold it and send at the same time? Dedication and skill. There's some of that shine. Want it too shiny. Way around. Yeah. Flat side upward. Pointing that way. There we go. Yeah, an arm makes a hand. That's actually some good movement in there. That's really smart design for the sleeve. You can actually get quite a bit of movement out of the arm, even though the sleeve only goes like up and down. A little bit of wiggle inside of here. Kind of make up for the fact that, yeah, the forearm's going to move in more directions than the sleeve. So the sleeve's kind of a big fixed puffy thing. That's pretty good little engineering there. Right, I need to go with the hand here. Hand. So we can choose which hand to use. What hand do I need? Yes. Open hand. Wing hand. That's like a double joint, I think. And that one just a single joint. Oh, yeah. There's hands on this as well. Ah, that's the hands for holding the harrow. I see. You've got somewhat open hand. Like the holding hand, open hand, and fist. The fist, what was that? No good for just like until you decide to use other hands later. Number 5. Rubber. Plastic, more rubbery. Feels like polycap. Yep. Ones are definitely a lot softer. I guess that's like I said, runner. HP1. Yes, on the back says polystyrene. Look at polystyrene. Just different consistencies. Strange. Strange. Alright, and 10. Teeny tiny parts of the wrist. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like. Get these nubs off, shall we? Yeah, this is very rubbery feeling, and I'm not sure I like that. I've definitely got a mark on one part there. That one could have been. That one kind of ripped off a little bit. Kind of left a mark. The first cut was not so good, but the other one. I guess it makes sense that the more solid. All right, the hands hard plastic versus rubber plastic. It seems to be a mixture. Ones on the just the hand runner. These ones are definitely softer, but it says has the PS on the runners in polystyrene, but it is definitely softer than the other polystyrene. Like the other skin tone runners have the hands holding out to hold onto the harrow, and those are solid in comparison. I think it's just like a mixture. Like not quite, feels similar to polycaps, but not quite as soft as a polycap. Like somewhere in between normal polystyrene and the polycap. Unfortunately, it didn't cut cleanly through on the hand. It won't focus. The kind of nub kind of ripped off on the underside there. The upper ones I cut clean. A bit more force in my cut and it was a bit better. But I guess it's nice to have somewhat softer plastic for the hands. I just have to, I mean, less on these ones, but on the holding hands, that would make sense. I know with Frame Arms girls, their hands are made of a rubbery plastic. Because it helps with the holding of things. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, plastic, a bit different. Definitely say take care when cutting it, runners, because it definitely seems more rubberish. You want to make sure it's a nice, clean cut through it. That being said, compared with like a polycap, you can still sand this a little bit, whereas polycaps just won't sand. It's kind of like somewhere between the two. It's like I guess it's like a slightly different mixture that makes it a bit softer. Which, explains why it's on a separate runner. The hand. I will say their wrist joint does not feel as fragile as a frame arms girl. Their wrists feel way more fragile. The Bandai points there. Wrists aren't as fragile. It's like a dainty little hand though. Alright, we'll pop the arm on. There we go. Suletta has a arm. Pretty good motion. You consider like this is kind of flared outwards. Rotate, just need to pull it out a little bit. Suletta, what happened to you? You lost a duel. You lost your legs and an arm. To be fair, the Ariel keeps losing its left arm, so, you know. Like, Ariel lost its left arm. Well, actually, wait, the first time it fought the Daryl Baldy, it lost its right arm. Then was a part against the Pharact? I don't remember. Okay, actually, I think it's Pharact. It didn't lose any party parts. It lost left arm, and I think part of its right leg, a chunk of its right torso against it was Grassley. Never had one of the framers girls' hands break on me, but you're right. Yeah. You know, I've never had their hands break. Well, I've heard about their wrist breaking. I haven't had any issue myself. Only built 2. I've heard the framers girls' their wrists are like potentially snap, which is why they actually include a spare one. So if you deliberately include a spare wrist in case you need it. It must like Megami dice apparently. Let's send over that. This is Kotobuki in general. The other hands are definitely more rubbery, which they struggle to hold things. Luckily, like my Yuhei has a main gun and also link to her arm, The arms holding it and the hands just there for play, really. That's a smart design there. But yeah, I think that's where I might leave it for the day for Suletta. That's pretty good progress, though. Real reincarnation Astray girlfriend confirmed because keep losing its left arm. Possibly. Possibly. Hey, look, I just realized without the legs and her left arm, she's Anakin Skywalker. Or Darth Vader. Gonna drag herself out of the lava and then shout, "I hate you" to Miorini. You were my bride. I loved you. I'm stupid. I'm just a silly dude. Silly dude on the internet. Much like many, many people. Silly dude. I'm gonna do it, I think. I'm gonna do 5 o'clock. I think it's a good point to kind of. Very cool. Our girlfriend broke its right arm. Oh yeah, no, yes, it's his right arm, and then it's, I believe it's salvaged the right arm is split. Which, I believe, then allowed it to use the colloid system to cloak its arm. I remember reading that on the wiki and like, what? So I could use the colloid system to cloak the arm, which I don't think that's how that works. I think that's system linked to the machine itself, not just its armor. Well, hey, I guess that made it a funny, interesting fight. You know, to hide one arm. Clever, but I'm not sure how that worked. Still clever though. I guess the whole thing is like, you can try something that's like silly, but is cool, and it still works. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to make, as long as it look cool, it doesn't make sense at all. The rule of cool. Where we're at. Thinking of where we at. Let's go 5 o'clock. I feel like I can get another arm belt in time, so. Full frame uses blue dual bazookas. It was not calibrated to use it, so it ditched the arm to stop it with the whole foot breaking. Oh. Yeah. Calibrations. Also, like, fired the bazooka and damaged its own arm. Kind of like how the Delta Plus used the Unicorn's Magnum and fried its arm and broke its arm. And then, of course, you've got the Silver Bullet Suppressor, which is like using the beam Magnum, but it knows it will break the arm, so it has spare arm. Which is kind of genius. Kind of genius. In that case, just build a stronger arm. Not that hard, right? Who knows, who knows? What I think we'll do is we'll wrap it up here and go on a re-raid. And we'll continue Suletta. I think, as we spent like, I think we had 2 hours nearly on the head. Then the rest, the remaining, like hour and a half, 2 hours just the head. And then the rest of it was in like the last 2 hours. That's not bad. I think we can finish the other arm and the legs next time easy, and then depending on how long it takes, do a 3rd stream for details. So that's pretty much what I did with the Baker View as well. I did 2 streams to build it, and then the 3rd one was detailing. which of course I could probably do the detailing of like painting in the markers, any colors, as well as use those lovely thingamabobs transfers. But yeah, Suletta's kind of, this is a model kit that costs, actually how much did it cost? I forgot. On the Med website. I really forgot what it cost. I know it's more than a standard high grade. I mean, £32 compared to like your typical high grade at like 16, so like double the price of a high grade. Your average one. Still cheaper than a real grade. And also still cheaper than like the SH Figure-Arts figure, because that'll probably be more expensive than this. It has all repainted faces and everything. Also, I've noticed that the SH Figure-Arts version, not only does it obviously come with Suletta like this, but both her and Mirini come with an optional hand, so they can hold hands. And like in the, is that the intro or the ending of the first season? I can't remember. When like the running away together and holding hands, like you can recreate that with the SH Figure-Arts. That's cool. Also, I noticed it has small, like Suletta comes with like small pilot figures and like miniature figures of her. I guess it looks like it's 144 from 100 scale. I think it's meant to go with the Robot Spirits and Joga conversions, but I guess it'd work with the high grade and the full mechanics. Maybe I want to get it for that. Nice to have options. Anyway, I'm rambling. What we shall do is, oh yeah, we'll find a raid. Someone to raid. But first, hey, if you're looking and enjoying the stream, do drop a follow. It is much appreciated. You can also find me over on Twitter for stream updates and random stuff. Same goes for the Discord. Or of course, I do post the schedule, stream updates, random memes, and you know, other stuff. Had a P-band version of that arm. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, and there's also on my YouTube, you'll find archives and some of the clips from here as shorts, which I've been putting some of the Twitch clips as YouTube shorts past week, and some of them surprised me with the viewership. There's one of my Armored Core ones that got like 800 plus views. I'm like, what the hell? YouTube shorts, better than I expected. Need to learn more. But who are we gonna go raid? Ooh, let's have a look. See. Makers and crafting. Whom is doing Gunpla? Hey! GT Popo! He's alive. You know what? Since he dropped by earlier, we'll go raid him. He was nice enough to drop by, so we'll raid him. Yeah, we'll do that. Get the red message ready, shall we? 3 in 4. Man, I keep forgetting. Need to play the earlier Armored Core games now. I mean, I've played 1 through. No. I played 4 for Answer, 5 Verdict Day. I played the original on the PS1. I think it was more of a, I think it might have just been a demo disc though. I don't remember playing the full game. I did have Armored Core 2 Another Age. Well, I don't know. I feel like the PS2 one, like Armored Core 2 Another Age, just didn't click for me at the time. when Armored Core 4 came out, that just clicked. I was saying I missed out all the Armored Core 3 stuff, like the Last Raven and stuff, which are apparently very, very good. But they've certainly aged now. But someday I'll go back and check them out. Speaking of checking things out, stream-wise, next one should be Wednesday, though I may have to adjust the time of it. Because I think I've got it currently set for normal time, but I think I'm going to have to push it to the evening because the issues we had yesterday with the electrics is actually getting properly fixed on Wednesday, I believe. So, hopefully, get the electric box replaced so it doesn't break again, or doesn't disconnect itself. But yeah, we'll have, post something about that closer to the time. But yeah, Wednesday's gonna be Jedi Survivor. We haven't actually played that in over a week. So yeah, I'm gonna play some more of that, and then more Armor Core on Thursday. Yeah. We're also doing Route 2, so that I can answer. Well, for answer. And then once we've done Armor Core 4, we'll go on to Armor Core 5. Sorry. Once we're done Armor Core for answer, we'll go into Armor Core 5, and then we'll do Variant Day. And by that time, we'll probably be just heading August for Armor Core 6, which I am so excited for, and I'm still really debating if I want to buy the premium edition with the model and the garage. I'm like, could potentially buy that. I have to raise my savings, but yeah, I could potentially get it. Anyway, let's go raid. City Popo. Go. And I will see you around the cosmos. Dodgestar signing out. Bye-bye.